Promotions and Real Fight Inc. in association with Holden Boxing present the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Better. Fantasy just got better. Play Better Picks and you can win up to 100 times your money. And by Fansly. Fansly.com/Paul Diaz for exclusive content from tonight's event. And Celsius. Live Fit. Essential Energy. Well, fans, tonight's action is brought to you and under the auspices of the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. The chairman is Rick Figueroa, executive director Mike Aris Mendez. Introducing our three judges, scoring from ringside. From Texas, David Yakabuchi. From Nevada, Chris Migliori. And from Oklahoma, David Sutherland. Introducing our third man of the ring, the referee in charge of the action, Mark Kalloy. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening, the bout you've all been waiting for. 10 rounds of boxing and a showdown in the cruiserweight division. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and combat fans joining us around the world, the wait is over. It's ready for war. Live from Dallas, Texas, it's go time! Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with white trim, the international superstar fighting out of Dorado, Puerto Rico, by way of Cleveland, Ohio. He weighed in at the cruiserweight limit, 185 pounds, a Sports Illustrated Breakout Boxer of the Year. His professional record stands at 6 wins, 1 loss, with 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the serial risk taker, the renowned content creator, the popular social media superstar, introducing the problem child, Jake Paul. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with white trim, proudly representing his hometown of Stockton, California. He weighed in at 184.9 pounds. This wildly popular veteran of 34 MMA fights and a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, tonight making his professional debut in the squared circle. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the renowned combat sports icon, the one, the only, Nate Diaz! And once again, our referee in charge, now to give instructions, Mark Kalloy.
Fighter, 2 seconds, let's go, Diaz. Gentlemen, we're both professional athletes. I expect you to conduct yourself as such. Remember, if I say stop, I want you to stop whatever you're doing and listen to my commands. Protect yourself at all times. Mr. Diaz, Mr. Paul, let's go to battle. Touch gloves.
Into the battle we go. Darren Barker, 8 fights to get to this moment. And it is time for our main event of the evening. The problem child, Jake Paul. Nathan Diaz. Let's get it started. Here we go. Do not blink. Oh, my. Round 1, we're underway. Jake very light on the feet, bouncing in and out of range right now. Starting out with the feints already. A southpaw versus orthodox matchup. We heard Dan Hardy talk about Jake having a lot of success with southpaws. And again, you're going to see an awkward style here from Nate in this fight. Jake's going to be very, very light on his feet, but when he plants and throws, it's going to be like the tank he rode in on.
Well, one of the things I had Jake Paul talked about was his footwork. He had to improve on his feet, and we've seen that already. It's a nice, steady stance, nice little bounce in his movement, and a good jab, stiff jab. And I'm sure Nate would have watched his fight against Tommy Fury, and though they're different stances, Tommy Fury could not miss with the jab. Oh, big shot, big left hook.
Nate might be in some trouble already. Big right hand to the body there from Jake Paul. And the left hand as well. Nate on the ropes. This is not where you want to be.
Look at the
Left hook
size.
again, Jake Paul. He's all over Nate in this first round. Nate tries to clinch. Big left hook again.
He's in big trouble, Wade.
And he's, oh my goodness, he's wobbly right now, Darren.
He needs to keep those hands up. He needs to grab hold of Jake Paul. He's got to survive here.
You have to find a way if you're Nate to look to clinch because Jake is landing at will. We expected him to start fast here. And if you are Jake, you do want to remain composed because fighting and throwing everything out the window in this first round could lead to a later round shock. But Nate looks all out of sorts right
There was
now.
a left hook, Wade, that went in there.
And
Short
already
shot.
some swelling.
Yeah, you can see the swelling around that right eye, that left hook.
Oh,
Unsteady on his feet, falling forward with a 1-2.
This is not looking good already for Nathan Diaz. We know he's unorthodox, but I don't think that you want to see punches coming out like that, sprinting into range behind nothing. And if Jake sits down on one of those right hands and it lands, it could be good night.
Yeah, it's just Nate Diaz. He'll kind of be hoping that Jake could punch himself out, but looking strong, looking fit, looking conditioned.
This is where Nate needs to be, right here. Because he's safe and he's able to grapple, put the weight on Jake, make him carry it, and like you said, try to get Jake to punch himself out a little bit. And a good first round for Jake. And here comes Nate forward once again.
Yeah, sloppy shots though from Nate Diaz. He has to tidy those up a little bit. You see there, chin's high, throwing that last right hook.
As Nate settles into the fight here, it's going to get interesting because Jake did have a great first round, and Nate just casually and nonchalantly kind of wings out a right hand. But a great opening round for Jake Paul. Wow.
Big cut, little nick to the right eye. I don't think it looks too bad. Hopefully it won't worsen as the fight continues, but you see now, big shots. The left hook troubled Nate, and he followed it up with some big right hands. You can see the legs looked unsteady. Good right to the body as well. How will Nate Diaz react, respond to that big first round from Jake Paul?
You see Nate almost attempt a single leg there, but you have to wonder if maybe that first round woke Nate up just a little bit as he starts to try to work his way back into this fight, and you see him running into range behind a high guard. You don't like to see that. No attempt to jab his way in. No attempt to use punches to get to where he wants to get to. Oh,
He's going to have to be smart. He's going to have to be intelligent. He can't get greedy. He can't throw shots for the sake of it. He has to think about what he's doing. He can't just throw volume shots. He will leave himself open. We've seen the power. And again, I'll mention it again, the size of Jake Paul in there. He really does look a category above Nate Diaz.
If you are Jake Paul here, I will throw this out there. You do need to compose yourself and not be so reliant upon that right hand. Variability will keep Nate on his toes, but once he sees a pattern, like that right hand, maybe Jake crowding his work a little bit coming forward, he's going to start to make adjustments.
Well, look, we've not seen either man yet throw a jab.
Look at this work inside here from Nate. This is what I'm talking about. These things can add up as the fight goes on, and he's in a spot where he can be successful. We saw this in the Chris Avila fight.
This is where he's got to be. He's got to be close. He's got to be tight. He's got to try and outwork Jake Paul. It doesn't need to be at arm's length, Wade.
And look at Nate walking around, talking to the crowd. This is the antics you get with a Nate Diaz fight, and if you're Jake, you can't fall into it. Just like he can't fall into range here, he has to be able to continue to box, not fight Nate Diaz. He has to box him. Nice straight left hand there from Nate.
Yeah. First round has certainly woke Nate Diaz up.
I'm telling you, we're seeing a different fighter here. And again, you're not going to see a high-level boxing match from Nate, but you're going to see him get here and look to work. 20,000 behind him as he continues to move forward. Right hand to the body there from Jake as well.
That was good work, Jake. Jab to the head, right hand to the body. Changing the level. Right hook, round
another right hand. But Nate trying to exchange, and he laughs at him, and he smiles, and he wants to, this is where Nate wants to be. Trade with me, please. Because what I'm thinking here, and I could be wrong, Darren, but what I'm thinking here is Nate has felt Jake's power. And he said, you know what? I can take that.
That's the best you got.
I can take that. Because he's smiling at him, and he's throwing back, and that eye is bad. It's in bad shape.
Does not look good. Look, we know he carries a lot of scar tissue, Nate Diaz, but it doesn't look good, that eye. Trying to get in the rhythm behind the jab, Jake Paul.
Nate having a better round coming forward here. And again, he's putting that weight on Jake. Some slappy shots. Just making him hold weight.
That's better work. Good work from Nate.
Round 2 in the books. And Nate, we're starting to see Nate creep back into this fight. You heard Theo Chambers there, the head corner for Jake Paul, said, stop crowding your work. Jab and move. Continue to box.
Well, you see that the lack of boxing experience from the two, because no one's yet tried to establish their jab. Getting a rhythm behind the jab. We've said this time and time again. Nice. Everything will follow the jab.
It's a great uppercut in there from Jake, but Nate is not fearing anything Jake's throwing right now, and he's walking straight into range to get to, again, the places where he can be successful, right there, in the pocket. As he continues to just walk forward, Jake hasn't done anything to stop him just yet.
Nate Diaz as well, the one trying to creep forward, the one forcing the action.
And Jake has gone away from the jab a little bit here. Double left hook there, but it's because Jake has gone away from that jab that Nate can do this right here. Just walk in.
And he has to work. When Nate Diaz has in here, he needs to work away.
Again, using that clinch. Trying to put his weight on Jake. Jake's landing as Nate comes forward. These are scoring shots. Like that
left hook.
That was a great left hook there from Jake. And there's the jab you want to see from Jake Moore. Oh, and a nice short left hand jab from Nate.
Good left hand from Nate Diaz.
Jake throws a short right hand there. Tries to go around the guard. Uppercut as well. But Nate is
constant peppering from Nate Diaz when he's in close.
This is something we've seen Jake struggle with. Go back to the Tommy Fury fight. Forward pressure and volume behind it. We're yet to see the volume from Nate, but just stalking forward and making Jake realize it was not going to be as easy as just putting him away in the first. This is what the fight has become now. And it's going to take more than that. From Jake, it's going to take more than just one right hand off the back foot, one left hook off the back foot. It's like you said, the jab will take you around the world. Jake has to find it here in this round and going forward.
That was better with the right hand there. He took his left leg out the side, the southpaw stance, and through the right hand. And you can see that the right eye of Nate Diaz not looking great.
Step in left hook there from Jake. And another one there, just barely misses. Right hand, and he falls in. But you're starting to see Jake almost mirror the fight style of Nate Diaz, falling in behind shots, looking to clinch.
Good short right to the body from Jake Paul.
Far better round here for Jake in 3.
Heads come together.
Big time head clash there. And Nate throws a couple of punches, then looks into the crowd. Big jab there from Jake off the back foot. Tries to fit that right hand in around the guard. Maybe I'm wrong here, Darren, but I would like to see him go through the guard with that right hand. Straighten it out and put it down the middle.
And the left hook from Jake Paul is causing more damage to that right eye of Nate Diaz.
Diaz trying to flurry, coming forward on the turn. Last few seconds, round 3. And there it is. They set some turn on the round 3 from Jake Paul. It seems like for every round, one fighter responds. Let's see if Nate Diaz can find it in him once again here in round 4. What do you make of Jake doing this very much happy feet bouncing on the toes here in between exchanges? Is that something you like to see, or do you want to see him settle those feet down a bit and maybe move in lateral directions versus just up and down in one motion?
It's all well and good bouncing on your toes, but you need to plant your feet when you let the shots. You can't be on your toes throwing hurtful shots. This is good work inside from Nate Diaz. The uppercut's working a treat.
And again, Jake is throwing one at a time here, which is going to be playing right into... That's the jab you want to see from Jake.
There you go.
And look how it makes Nate overextend and lunge forward behind nothing, just trying to grasp at anything. That's the jab Jake needs to implement more.
And he'll find a home for the right hand after that jab. Needs to keep the chin down, Nate. Nate Diaz carrying that chin high when he's letting his shots go.
Oh, short right hand there on the clinch as the referee tried to separate. Nate sneaks one in. And Jake has had a habit years gone by of being able to jab to the body, level change when guys do come up with that chin high and throw the big overhand right. I wouldn't be surprised if that's coming.
And he's working the hooks well. Jake Paul, he's getting the reaction. He's getting that left guard across to try and protect that right. That's when you get the right hand straight down the middle.
Nate Diaz having some success here with the volume. Yes, they're tippy-tap punches, but they are landing.
This is where he's got to work. He needs to work here, Nate. This is good stuff. Keep peppering away. Keep working. Look for that uppercut. Good work from Nate Diaz.
Nate coming forward with volume. And a nice uppercut in the in-between again. Right hook off the break. Oh, solid right hand to the body there from Jake. And again, you're just seeing this clash as both of them meet in the middle, and it's one shot at a time. Who's going to land the big one?
This is good. The last minute or so has been really positive for Nate Diaz. Good work, good tempo, no real hurt.
Jake
power in the shot.
Go.
Yeah, let's go. There's some good uppercuts exchanged inside.
And Jake is just overshooting here, just a bit overshot. And look at the volume here from Nate.
Oh, good shot.
And again, are they the most damaging shots in the world? No. But are they scoring? Absolutely.
Yeah, they are.
And Nick Diaz, I see him in the corner. He stands up and says, let's go. Keep coming forward. They know exactly what they need to do. And maybe on their end, they sense a little bit of the gas tank depleting here from Jake Paul.
Oh, short right hand after a left hook from Nate Diaz. Oh, good left hook as well. This is good work, good tempo.
And he's coming forward, non-stop volume here. Big right hand over. And one around here. That's the end of it. They want to keep going.
So loud in here. The ref couldn't even hear the bell.
That's a big round for Nate. And like I said, the response was there.
Yeah, but now we need a response from Jake Paul. How will he respond to that? That was a very, very good round for Nate Diaz.
We got an even fight, man.
And can he build on that? Very good fourth round, Nate Diaz. You can't let Jake Paul respond. Bit of kidology there from Nate Diaz. It was a nice right hand to the body.
Back and forth we go here. Round number 5.
Oh, trying to set up that right hand. He gave the eyes, he gave the feint to the body. Oh, nice good right uppercut.
Big time shot. Nate takes that one on the chin, and he does a great job there of, again, getting right back on the front foot. Big deep breaths there from Nate as he walks backward, but Jake can't let him rest here. If you've worked on that gas tank and you have Larry Wade in your corner, you have to be able to get back on that jab and make Nate work.
Yep.
Because it's heralded about his gas tank. Swimming to Alcatraz, doing triathlons for fun, but he's also 37. And years in the game, at a weight class or two up from what he normally fights, you have to wonder, is he in that great shape that he always was at 55 or 70?
Yeah, it's down to Jake Paul to make him feel those years, feel that age. Again, moving on the back foot. Oh, left hook is down!
Left hook sends Nate Diaz to the canvas. Big time shot there from Jake Paul, and that is what you call a turning point, folks. Nate says he's okay. A minute and a half left here in round 5, and Jake's looking for the finish.
Oh, good right, changing the level, looking for the hooks upstairs, that left hook. Oh, right uppercut, big shot, the legs have gone.
He's hurt. On the ropes. Jake Paul pouring it on here. Nate Diaz is wobbly. Jake walks forward. And Nate says, what now?
Wow.
What now? My goodness. A big moment here in round 5 for Jake Paul. Can he capitalize on a hurt fighter in Nate Diaz? And Nate's just walking around. Hands down, head down.
Those rights to the body weight are very hurtful shots. They're taking the wind out of the sails for sure.
Demoralizing shots here as Jake tries to follow up. And Diaz trying to find his way back into this thing. But no doubt about it, he is still hurt here, Darren.
Yeah, you see the legs, didn't you? Slightly buckle. But back comes Nate
Look at
Diaz.
this.
He's a warrior. He's a champion. He's a winner.
And Nate trying to use the outside foot there. Some tricky trips he knows and some sweeps from his time as a grappler there. Last 10 seconds. And a nice left
clumsy,
hook.
clumsy.
And Nate turns and looks into the crowd. Again, you're seeing the antics from Nate. He's here to win, but that was...
Kidology from Nate Diaz, or he's really tired. He looks spent in there to me.
We talked about this earlier. Nate is so hard to get a read on because you think you have him hurt, and then he just comes back like a zombie. But right now, Jake absolutely is putting it on him. After a big-time round 5, a great start to round 6 for Jake Paul. And then all of a sudden, the announcer's curse hits me, and here comes Nate Diaz on the front foot.
Oh, he walks onto a jab there. He just got wide. He went to throw the left hook, walked straight onto a sharp jab from Jake Paul.
You know,
Again,
guys, it's really
spring
interesting.
in the step. Jake Paul feinting, trying to get.
The rounds will be to their advantage. That's why they push for those 10 rounds. After one of the bad rounds early on, Diaz's manager, Zach Rosenfield, said he's emptying the tank.
Here is
we
Nate.
have him exactly where we want him. So even though it may look like he's in trouble, they still feel like they're going to come
Jake
out strong. in these
continuing to
last 4
try to
rounds.
circle around the outside here. Nate trying to work his way back into range. Stalking forward here.
It's a little predictable, Jake Paul, looking for that right hand.
That was a nice lead right hand there from Nate.
Good work, good pressure, good
And a
chopping.
solid right hand there from
Big
Jake.
right hook around that left glove of Nate Diaz, chopping left hand as well.
And Nate's going to play these games. He's like, no, I'm not coming to you. You're going to have to fight me right here.
But I don't understand this because he's so much more effective on the front foot when he's close.
Oh! Nate rolls with that one, but another right hand Jake throws out there. But you see that right hand there from Jake, and it's something I've always been critical of him for, is he falls in behind this, where if he planted those feet and then moved in behind his jab and really stuck that back foot in the ground and stuck the right hand behind it on balance, he'd be able to follow up more than he is here.
Oh, look at that left hook again. He needs to tidy up, Nate Diaz, getting a bit wild and reckless with his own shots, allowing openings, leaving openings. Can Jake Paul capitalize? Good work inside from Nate Diaz, hooks, uppercuts.
Nate walks forward, a little sloppy behind that left hand. Last few seconds here in round 6. Again, a response from Nate needed. Jake tries to sit down on the right hand off the back foot.
The uppercut is the shot there. Elbows flaring, they're wide. And you can see he's just falling over that front foot, Nate Diaz. Expect Jake Paul to look for that uppercut.
Both men giving everything they have in this round and every single one. As we end round 6, Darren, I got to ask, how do you see this fight as it stands into round 7 we go here? And let's just put this in the mind of the viewers. Jake Paul has never gone 10. He's gone as long as 8. We're going to see if that has the effect. Nate Diaz has never boxed. So we have a lot of nevers happening right in front of us. Turning to, we'll see what happens right now.
Interested, how would this play out?
As Nate continues to walk forward here for Jake, you got to get back on that jab. And like we saw in the corner, echoing what you said last round, Darren, they want to look to those uppercuts. As Nate does this right here, ducks into range, buries his head in his guard and into the chest of Jake Paul.
Yeah, and almost walking onto a right uppercut there from Jake Paul.
There's a big right hand in the body from Jake. And again, putting the work in downstairs is starting to pay off as you see a very lethargic, as he still comes forward, but still opened up Nate Diaz.
Yeah, he's very effective with the shots.
Oh,
Jake Paul, when he's working the body first, especially with that right hand. See there, then he follows back upstairs.
Oh, there's
back
the right hand.
with the right hand through the guard of Nate Diaz. That's the shot for the southpaw. Gamely tries to fire back, Nate Diaz. Got to keep that chin down, the hands up. He's in range.
Jake goes to the body once again there. And Nate, like a zombie, just keeps coming forward. If you didn't say you expected this, you haven't watched Nate Diaz for the last decade. But I'm with you, Darren. I would like to see Jake stay composed, stay compact on his jab. Not overextend here because you know what you're getting with Nate. He's going to duck that head. He's going to come into range. The uppercut will be there, but you have to have the balance to throw it after everything else before that.
Yes, I mean, it's the head, body, head routine we're seeing here that's been so effective for Jake Paul. This is where he's got to work, Nate there. He's got to be busy. Has to let his hands go inside.
Oh, another big left hook there from Jake, and he throws 3 behind it. Nate is unaffected, and now Jake looks to clinch.
Let him go, Jake.
Oh,
Nice uppercut.
there's the uppercut.
That's the one.
That's the shot.
And Nate eats it, still walking forward. And again, the pity pass shots from Nate, but they are landing.
Whoa, big right hand from Jake Paul.
And now Jake again looking to clinch. Nate working in that clinch there. Fair play. The referee's letting him. You got to take advantage.
He's landed some good shots in this 7th round, Jake Paul, but I would say it seems as if the power is slightly sapped from his shots. And you're seeing now Nate Diaz plowing forward, trying to be busy inside. Again, needs to be careful defensively.
I'll say this. That's a good round.